lamb tenderloin is a great choice when you want something special but quick, because it's so small, it's so thin. So you're going to start with a half pound to a pound of lamb tenderloin. If you have more than that, you just up the marinade that I'm going to talk about. Now, the first thing you're going to do is this silver skin on here, and you want to remove that. You just get a sharp knife, and you get underneath it, and you just kind of try not to get any meat. You just try to remove that silver skin. The reason you want to do that is because, I mean, it's a little chewy, but the main purpose is you want to get this off because the marinade's not going to soak through it. Okay, it's going to prevent the marinade from actually getting into the meat. All right, and I did this and I did all the other ones. They're all done already. All right, so let's make the marinade. Okay, in a small food processor, it could be a small thing like this or a small bowl of a food processor. I'm going to put in the juice of half of a lemon. This is a quarter of a preserved lemon, the whole thing in. This is like a few sprigs of thyme. I've got about 15 or 20 mint leaves here. Mint and lamb love each other. A couple of garlic cloves. This is 12 black peppercorns. And I got about a quarter of a teaspoon of oregano. And then I'm going to add olive oil to that. Now, the deal is I'm going to try to make this, I want to make this a paste. I don't want to make it too liquidy. I want to make it a paste that's going to sit on there. So I just put the olive oil in a little at a time, and I just go ahead and do this. I want to make sure I get everything all ground up. That I get that lemon, that preserved lemon, all ground up. I would get peppercorns, all pulverized and ground up. Now I want to do something here. So let me open this up. Now if that's still got to go a little over. Alrighty, so we're getting there, and you know, it looks like I just added a little bit of the olive oil. It looks like I'm not going to have to add any more. The other thing, by the way, you notice I didn't add any salt. The reason I didn't add any salt is that preserved lemon is really salty. Preserved lemon is really salty. You don't really ever need to add any more salt if you use preserved lemon. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to pour it all over these tenderloins, these lamb tenderloins, just like that. Just dump it all on. It's no big deal. If there's extra, it's not a problem. And then you're just going to kind of rub it into everything like this. Just like that. Make sure the surface is completely covered. And then I'm just going to stick this back in the fridge. And it's going to sit in there. Because, that's the other thing about the quick part. Because they are small, they don't need to be in the marinade very long. 45 minutes is long enough. You can go an hour and a half if you want to. But you really don't want to go more than that because, like I said, they are really small. And they're just going to soak that marinade up. Large surface area for the volume. So this is going to go back. And then we're going to come back and we'll cook them up. So the marinating's done. And it's time to cook these. Now, first thing you want to do is you're going to take off the excess marinade. Okay, now you don't want to wash it, you don't want to rinse everything off, but you want to take off the excess because you're going to sear this on an incredibly hot plancha, what the Spaniards call cooking a la plancha. And you want to do that because, again, these are very, very thin, they're very small. If you don't do it like this on a very hot griddle, you are going to overcook them and not get the necessary sear. You're only going to, obviously, of course, going to need to turn on your exhaust fan. Right, so I sprayed this with a high temperature spray, and now we're just going to put them on. Like that. Now, honestly, they are only going to cook long enough to get a sear. They're going to come loose. It really is a matter of a couple of minutes in order to put these so that they're still nice and medium rare on the inside, seared on the outside. You want that part here, that caramelization. So it takes a little bit of time, maybe about a minute or two for size. But really, it's only two sides, effectively, because it was so thin. So we're going to finish cooking these. So what I'm going to do
when they're cooked, I have to put them on this board over here. I'm gonna throw a little bit of aluminum foil on top of them. As you can see now, they're getting that seared. Look at that, how beautiful that is. Okay, I'm gonna get the other side. I'm gonna tape off. I put them on the board, and I'm going to let them rest. Right? You'll say rest for about 5 minutes. Then we'll cut them open, give them a try. They all rested.
And now we're going to cut into one and give it a try. So let's do this. All right. So you can see what I got there, right? Nice and medium rare.
Perfectly cooked.
Okay, well, I want you to taste.
Tender, juicy.
Yeah. You get the brightness, right? Acid. It's got some herbs, right? Very tender. I think I would say it's very tender.
Yeah.
So a little mix, citrus, mint.
This is tender. This is like perfectly seasoned. There's just a hint of mint in there.
Exactly.
Not, it doesn't scream mint, and it's dinner.
It's dinner. Okay, so that's it, folks. Like I said, really kind of simple. You do the marinade. You put it in the marinade. Let it sit in the fridge for 45 minutes to an hour. You cook it for like what amounts to 3 minutes.
The time,
yes. And then you let it rest, and it's perfect. So, a nice, quick weekday meal. We'll see you next time.